Hello, I am an author on tour in America. My name is Deborah Cohen, and I will be sharing excerpts on the road of my book, The Sand Garden by the Sea, Marty and Devorah's story. It is a story about Gush Katif from 1998 to 2005. It's history of Israel, Jewish history. I think people need to know this history, and written for a child would be a lot easier for a lot of adults to receive. Just because there is so much anti Semitism in this world nowadays, I thought that by writing it in the tone of a child, it would be easier for some people to hear it. Hearing the truth is not always easy. So I will be on tour with Jewish Book Council in the fall of 2026 and the spring of 2027. So I want to let you know, as the reader, or if you're at a synagogue, the rabbi, and you're looking for an event that would coincide with the history of Gush Katif, maybe a librarian in a school would like to have me be a guest speaker to share the Jewish history in the time frame in Israel between 1987 and 2005. There are a lot of opportunities for anybody in the U.S. to invite me to your place, to maybe even in a classroom, elementary school, to read this book to children and tell it in such a way that they can understand it. Even a child can understand it. Let me tell you a little bit about the book's contents. And let's see, the session, they're going to have an online virtual session. The Jewish Book Council is going to have an online opportunity for anyone interested in inviting the authors to your venue between May 18th and the 20th of 2026. There's a total of 250 authors doing this year. So the Jewish Book Council is, I think, setting it up to meet 35 authors in each session. I don't know yet which session I'll be in, but I wanted to give you a heads up so you can start thinking about how this book could be used to be shared in your venue with your congregation, your students, your local people, anybody, the radio, you name it, invite me. Okay. So we're talking about a time when a section of Gaza was known as Gush Katif, an Israeli settlement somewhat near the ocean, but not exactly on the ocean. There were a total of 21 settlements removed in 2005 by Ariel Sharon in a land for peace deal with the Palestinians. And a total of 8,000 Israelis were forced from their homes at this time in 2005. My question would be, did that bring about peace between the Palestinians in Gaza and the Israelis? At first glance, my book is a gentle children's story about a Jewish family, Marty and Devorah, living by the sea, tending gardens, preparing for Shabbat, and building a life rooted in faith and community. But beneath that beauty is a story inspired by real events. Until 2005, thousands of Jewish families lived in Gaza in thriving communities, growing food, raising children, and contributing to their region's economy. That year, in 2005, under Israel's disengagement plan, they were asked to leave their homes in the hope that it might open a pathway to peace. What followed has become one of the most complex and widely debated chapters in modern Middle Eastern history. This book does not attempt to resolve that complexity, but it does something equally important. It preserves a human story that is often overlooked. Through the eyes of Marty and Devorah, readers experience not politics, but people, the rhythms of Shabbat, the love of the land, and the pain of leaving everything behind. When I visit communities, I don't just read the book. I create a shared experience through storytelling, music, and conversation. Together, we explore questions like, what does peace require? What happens when hope meets reality? And how do we carry memory forward with dignity and compassion? My goal is not to tell readers what to think, but to offer a story that helps them think more deeply, feel more fully, and engage more thoughtfully. Because in Jewish tradition, we are not only a people of history, we are a people of memory. And when we tell our stories with honesty and heart, we ensure that what was lost is never forgotten, and that what can still be built is never without hope. Yizkor, remember your past and learn from history. Invite me, Deborah Cohen, to your location somewhere in the USA. Find out more about this book and other authors at the virtual conference May 18th through the 20th, 2026. For more information and details, contact Jewish Book Council. Thank you for listening, and I hope to meet you in the fall of 2026 or the spring of 2027. And if you want to check out my books, please go to this website, DeborahCohenBooks.org. That is DebraCohen Books.org.